Hi, I'm Rodney Wilson, back here once again for the Cornwall River Kings video blog. It may be 100 degrees in Cornwall, but we're inside here keeping cool at the Benson Center, taking you inside the Cornwall River Kings. A big thank you to all of our fans for having a look at the blogs over the last couple of weeks, and also to the fans in Quebec. À tous nos fans au Québec, merci pour tous vos commentaires aussi. And also a big thank you to the man behind the camera, Keith Papineau, who, of course, I'm getting all the credit on TSN and Sportsnet, but Keith is the one that puts together all this fine work, so a big thank you to him. Tonight we're going to have a chat with Mitch Gagne, Director of Hockey Operations for the River Kings. Also, we're going to sit down with Jeff Legui, Cornwall native, who now plays over in England. And we're going to have a chat with Pierre-Luc Faubert, newly signed by the River Kings. Joined now by Mitch Gagne, Director of Hockey Operations for the River Kings. Mitch, congratulations once again on bringing pro hockey back to Cornwall.
Thanks a lot. It was a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but we're finally here. A little bit of the product out there tonight for you guys. So yeah, it's been a while, and here we are. It's happening. So
Mitch, of course, was key in bringing the Cornwall Comets to town a few years ago. One thing that stands out with this team is, no offense to the Comets, but you've got some pretty good hockey guys behind you in Al Wager and Wayne Berry. Maybe talk about their experience and what they bring to the table for you.
Oh, absolutely. This time around, I mean, I think AA compared to this stuff is two major different products. Even though back then I was building a winning team on my own, former guys like Durasp and Montgomery and Lamoureux were still key to the offense back then, but we all know that it turned into a little bit of a goon league, which still brought in fans, but this is definitely not the aim of what we're doing. Bringing in Al brings almost a dozen years of ownership of junior hockey, very well liked in the community, and also bringing in Mr. Veery. Can't go wrong with a guy that's been in this LNAH league for 9 years as a GM, and part of the Sherbrooke team that we bought, he was a part of for years too. So I think I'm doing the right thing by doing this, getting these guys involved, and hopefully it pays off.
You guys are also busy in the last week bringing a few guys, agreeing to terms with them. Of course, everything has to go through the league before it's official, but maybe talk about Faubert, Romano, Danik, and obviously Jolie as well.
Those four guys are pretty key to us. I saw Romano play in the playoffs last year. The guy was blocking shots, finishing checks. I mean, he's a very similar guy to Steve Simoes that we signed not too long ago, or came to terms with, sorry. Again, Pierre-Luc Faubert played in the East Coast last year. We traded for his rights over the summer. He's good friends with Sasha Pokaluk, so those two guys are happy to be here, traveling together. And we know what Jolie and Lassard are going to bring here. I mean, everybody thinks this is going to be a goon league. It's not, but Lassard is just like, I don't know, you can compare him to a tough guy in the NHL. Every team pretty much has one. Sometimes they don't dress, sometimes they will, but he is that. Jolie is, he added 28 points last year. The guy can play hockey, but he also is 6'5", 245 pounds, and yeah, he's going to take care of some business, and he can play forward and defense, so that helps Al too, utilizing him those ways too. So.
We're still a couple months away from training camp, but how important are these nights, getting these guys out here for scrimmage and good skate with some pretty good talent out there?
Well, it's really good. You see a guy like JF Perra out here in nets. He's a Central Junior graduate, was coached in minor hockey by Al. He's he's interested in coming here. Nothing is set in stone. You got Pierre-Luc Faubert out here, Sasha's out here, Jeff Legui's out here. We even have Jesse Winchester getting a good skate in with these guys. So. I mean, it's key to our guys, but it's also key to the local guys around here to skate at this pace, and yeah, it'll help them out towards 2 months away from camp. So,
a lot of buzz around town. A lot of talk too about even the ticket pricing. $13 for adults to come to a game. $2.28, I think it is, for season tickets. It's obviously going to be affordable hockey for fans to watch, and maybe talk about how important that was for you guys.
Our key is to let people know that it's a product that we're going to try and bring here, not right off the bat to make you guys, open your wallet too big. Our owner's a great guy, in Bernie Villeneuve. He wants people to come and check out the product. Down the road is, it is what it is. Are the ticket prices going to go up over the years? Maybe not, but it's just affordable entertainment, which I think Cornwall can afford, and that's why we did it at that price. I think we can get by on those prices, and it seems like everybody's buzzing about it, and it seems like a lot of good things about to have been said. So,
you've got at least 10 guys under contract, on its way to being under contract. Any weaknesses that you see right now, or any areas that you're looking to maybe improve as the summer goes on?
No, I mean, There's a few guys who are close to signing, like an Eric Meloche, a Brett Cloutier, a few other guys. These are key guys that are going to be on our team. Brendan Barker, we all know he's from Long Sault. Brendan works during the week, tough to get out on these sessions, but these are guys that we're close to inking, and I think overall, you guys are going to see a really, really good product. We're still getting calls every day from free agents that want to come out and try out. And can't say no names, but some pretty good talented guys are calling Cornwall. So
very good. Last question for you, Mitch. You've got the golf tournament coming up August 11th. Any surprises for the fans, and maybe why they should sign up for that event?
Well, if people want to come out and they're only a twosome or whatever, we'll match them up with a couple players. We had one guy call yesterday. I'm only 3 guys. Well, we'll put like a guy like Steve Samos or someone, and get to know the players. That's what it's about. We were gonna have a meet and greet, and a little puck action there. We're gonna have a little meet and greet, but we're gonna do it this way. There's a little party after for people that don't golf. They can come to the supper. There's a couple bands playing, silent auction, a lot of prizes. It's a good way to mingle with everybody, and a little party doesn't hurt. Getting to know guys like I said, Steve Samos, and maybe he'll cheer up everybody. He'll be there and having a good time. So
good stuff. Well, Mitch, thanks for doing this.
Hey, thank you.
Joined now by Cornwall's Jeff Legui. Jeff, thanks for doing this. Enjoying your off season so far?
Yeah, it's always been good to be home back in Cornwall for the summer and see the family and friends that you don't see throughout the year. But the weather's been good, so it's been nice.
Jeff and I were actually teammates back in 1989 playing for Canada Life. We actually won a tournament in Williamstown back in, like I said, 89, novice. Do you remember those years with the old red jerseys and that?
Yeah, those are the good years where you could skate to one end of the ice to the other and not have to pass, but that's a long time from then. But
I'm playing in a beer league now, and of course Jeff's career has gone a little different way. The last 5 years over in England, what's that experience been like for you?
It's been a great experience. I wouldn't go back if I didn't like it. So, the language was in Germany was a little different, but the English is right up my alley. So it's been great. We've had some championships and got to travel, see different parts of the world, and with hockey. So it's been great.
5 years now with the Sheffield Steelers in the Elite Ice Hockey League in England. What's the experience been like there in terms of the fans and maybe their hockey knowledge over there?
They do have a good grasp of the game. There are always some new people that are coming in. They like the party lifestyle, like the soccer lifestyle, I guess you call it. So, but they're learning. We're averaging probably about 4,500, so it's been good the last couple of years. So it's getting bigger over there, and it's people are learning the game. There's a lot of times they don't know what the whistles are going off, but they're learning fast, and they're enjoying it. So
when I think of England, I think of football fans, soccer fans, and how nuts they are over there. Have you been out to any games?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of Manchester City games. So I've been to see Man U, Man City, and there's big rivals, and then Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. So I don't get involved in that part of it because it's a little too. I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. So. It's been a good experience.
You're, I think, 31 now.
Yep.
How has your off-season training changed maybe 5-10 years from now, ago, I should say, in terms of how you get ready for the season? Or is it, out for a skate every once in a while?
Yeah, it's, when I was younger, I used to go out, twice, 3 times a week. Now it's about twice, 3 times a summer. So just to get the rust out, let the body heal from the bruises and that over the year, and because you don't heal as fast as you used to. So I just get out, get a good sweat out, and more off ice training than on ice. So
before Cornwall fans get too excited, Jeff is going back to England for at least one more year. What were your thoughts though on getting drafted by the River Kings and maybe thinking ahead to the future and one day playing in Cornwall again?
Yeah, I had a good sit down with Al there for a couple of hours one day, and there is a time to move on from playing over there, and I just thought it wasn't the right time. So, I had my contract left over there, and I didn't want to leave on bad terms. They've treated me well for the last 5 years. So, it's 1 year at a time, and we'll see where it goes from there. But as of now, I'm going to head back and finish my contract out and finish the good way, I guess you could say.
You mentioned Al, of course, you won a couple of championships with Wager and the Colts back in, 10, 12 years ago. Have you thought about what it would be like to play for him once again?
Al hasn't changed since then. So I mean, it's probably the same thing. Work hard and you get rewarded. So I played with him for more than that from before playing Pee Wee and Major Bantam, and I've known Al a long time. So it's like you said, you work hard and you'll get rewarded. So that's what I live by too.
Thanks for doing this, Jeff, and all the best this offseason.
Thank you.
Joined now by Pierre-Luc Faubert. Did I say that right?
Yeah, really good, actually.
We got to get the names right for our fans in Quebec. Thanks for doing this. Maybe tell me a bit about what the summer's been like for you, finding out that you've been traded to Cornwall.
Really exciting, to be honest with you. It's obviously, when I heard the news, I was pretty excited, knowing that Sasha got drafted here too. That's a huge plus for me. I've been really good friends with Sasha ever since I was born. Pretty much, both our parents knew each other, and so that was exciting for me. And obviously, coming to Cornwall, it's a great hockey town. Like I've said, I've born and raised in Rigaud, so it's not too far away from. And I actually played in Ontario. I moved Saint-Eugène, Hawkesbury area for a little bit, so it was exciting news to come to Cornwall, and it's right by my place too, so everything's good.
You're surprised maybe at the fact that it was a 4-for-1 trade? They gave up basically 4 players. To
Yeah,
get you?
I didn't really understand that, but hey, I guess it's a good thing, right? Except a little bit of pressure, but I got to start working out harder, and no, obviously I was excited, and I heard it was like for me and some future consideration. Yeah, but it's good news for me. Like I said, it shows that the team's interested in having me, and like I said, it's the same with me. I'm just as interested to be here, and I'd rather be here than anywhere else in the league, to be honest with you. So it's good.
And last year you played with the Chicago Express in the ECHL.
Yeah.
What was the experience playing down in Chicago?
It was great too. I had a great time there. It was actually their first year in the league. They used to have a team, but. So it was kind of a little rough around the edges for like fan-wise and stuff to establish, because it was their first year. But the season, I mean, we had a pretty good season, and we went through some tough times and stuff. But I loved it in Chicago. Great team, great bunch of guys, and had lots of fun. That's for sure.
You've played in this league, of course, and also in the ECHL. How are the leagues similar and maybe different as well?
Actually, it's. Hockey-wise, people would be surprised to realize what hockey's like in this league. They think it's just a fighters league, which there's really good fighters if you want to come and see that. But there's also good hockey players, and I think that East Coast is pretty comparable to this league when it comes down to quality hockey players. Because a lot of guys just don't feel like traveling much anymore, and they'd rather just stay at home. And some of them have families and work and stuff like that. So. It's great hockey, and I think if for people who's never seen a game before, it's definitely something to come and watch, because it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
You've been described as a talented forward with maybe a little bit of a feisty edge to yourself. Maybe tell Cornwall fans a bit about yourself.
I mean, I've done a pretty much a little bit of everything. Last year where I played in Chicago, my coach has coached me 2 years before when I played in the coast before that, and he was used me both offensively, but he also used me defensively too, and try to do a great job in my own end and try to improve my game too defensively. So I think I could play a little bit of both too, and bring different aspects to the game. So I'm excited to try.
Last one for you. It's 100 degrees outside. It's the middle of the summer. How tough is it to come out and go for a skate on a day like this?
Oh, it's good for the lungs, that's for sure. It removes the crust out. It's good for you, but it's you tell the guys are kind of struggling out there. It's hot, not much air, but it's it was fun to get out there with some good hockey players. Good hockey players, and a couple of guys, get to know some of the guys too. So it was really good.
There you have it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to have a look at our video blog. A big thank you to Mitch, Jeff, and Pierre-Luc today for chatting with us. And once again, I'd like to thank producer Keith. Jay Onright at TSN has producer Tim, but we've got one step better with producer Keith. So thanks again for everything, and we'll see you next week.